right, here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nico Panagio, and as I'm sure you can imagine, it is a huge honor and a privilege for me to be your master of ceremonies, your host for tonight's show, and to welcome you to the Insurance Apprentice Season 9 finale. Now, for those of you who for some unimaginable reason do not know what the show is about, allow me, there are a few, allow me to enlighten you. The Insurance Apprentice is a competition running in the short-term insurance industry, showcasing young financial service professionals competing for the coveted title of the Insurance Apprentice. Yeah. Now, this competition is in its ninth season, and it's been broadcast every year on social media channels once a year over a 6-week period. That means they're doing something right? The Insurance Apprentice is a life changer, and it is a perception changer for those who watch it. Not to mention, of course, for those who take part in it, and not to mention incredibly entertainment for those of us who get to watch it, because we watch these people under extreme duress, showcasing their characters under pressure, and then giving us wonderful entertainment at the same time. Thank you very much to all our contestants. Yeah. It makes for great TV when the pressure is on. Right, now we can't wait to get to this year's winner announcement, but before we do, we've got a few things to take care of. Firstly, a huge big welcome to all our sponsors, to our guests, and of course to all our online viewers. Welcome to all of you. Round of applause, why not? And then, of course, a big thank you. Am I good with sound here? Am I good with sound? It's not coming and going for you, is it? All right, wonderful. We have to check on the technicals every now and then. A huge big thank you to Hollard, of course, for hosting us tonight and for sponsoring. Yeah. Look at this wonderful place. And for sponsoring the finale of the Insurance Apprentice Season 9. They're also one of our 2 platinum sponsors. And if you look around, look at the setup. It's amazing. And it's an honor for us to be right here at the Villa with this awesome show. Thank you to everyone that's made this happen. I want to also thank all our finale sponsors, Bright, Santam, Fulcrum, and National Salvage Brokers for contributing to make the show the success that it really is. Give them a round of applause, if you will. Don't get tired now, don't get tired. We've got a few more people to thank as we go. We also want to thank all our prize sponsors who've spoilt our contestants rotten, I say. Let's thank Lloyd's, AIG, Bright, Emerald Risk Transfer, Genesis, Global Choices, Hollard, the IISA, Millpark, MUA, New National, Payton Personnel, Tracker, I2, Sedgwick, and OMI. Make some noise for them as well, please, if you will. All right, for those of you wondering, if you need to know where the restrooms are, you go out the door at the back, you go up the stairs, and you go into the restrooms. They're on your left and right. They're also in the foyer. You'll find them there. For those of you at home, if you don't know where your restroom is, I can't help you. All right, we would love if you post on social media. Please use the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag TIA2023, TIA2023. You got it? All right, I see some of you already posting. Remember to look up every now and then, okay? Well, tonight marks the end of the Insurance Apprentice. Season 9 has been a grueling, exciting, and challenging journey, of course, between this moment and where it all began. Now, this season kicked off with over 100 entries. And the elimination judges, of course, had the very, very incredibly tough job of wading through all of them and narrowing it down to our top 10. Now, from what I've seen, it's an array of incredible talent. But there was, there's always someone who stands out just a little bit more than the others for reasons, you'll come to understand. There was one particular character who really stood out. Let's take a look, shall we?
My name is Mpo Sales Machola.
Sales Machola.
Sales Machola.
Sales Machola.
Sales Machola. The greatest salesman that ever lived.
Greatest salesman that ever lived.
I am the greatest salesperson that ever lived. Number 1.
A very, very good afternoon to you, beautiful judges. My name is Sales Machola, the greatest salesman that ever lived. So we're going to be talking about a new product that we're going to be developing. The team name is Can't take again, right? All right. So today we're going to be talking about an app that we're going to be developing that has to do with information on the app itself when it comes to. Okay. So today we're talking about an app. The app is basically in terms of information.
I guess it was all the cameras, the audience, the judges. So it was more information overload and information went out. And I was like, what's going on? Why am I freezing?
It's not a TV infomercial, it's really just presenting information.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage the greatest salesman that ever lived, Sales Machola. How does it go? Sales Machola.
So good evening, everyone. Everyone's looking exquisite today. So
Good start.
it's
That's a good start.
Sales Machola.
All right, I like it. So you know what I want to say? People don't understand what it's like standing up in front of cameras and audience, and then you're under pressure, and then you've got to deliver. So it really gets to you, right? That blackout moment it's a hectic moment. And you know, everyone has a go-to thing. Some people start smiling, others start laughing nervously. Some people do what, and actually it's the first time I see it, but some people do like their own signature move. So every time you got stuck, you went like this. They're like, hey! And I'm sure there's a finish to that. So I'm thinking like, I mean, should we finish it together? Okay, let's go. Listen, you didn't. Yes, give him a round, ladies and gentlemen. So he didn't make it to top 10, but he did make a huge impression on all of us. And we want to give you a little something. Yeah, because, yes, thank you. Because he made it into TIA history. You really have. And we thought it fitting to make it official by acknowledging you with a trophy, an award of your own. And it's called the FITYMI Award, the FITIMI Award. You know what that means?
I love the idea already. Tell
It's
me.
the Fake It Till You Make It Award.
Yes!
Yes, we will never forget you. Thank you for coming on stage and sharing this moment with me. Do you want to change your name or are we going to keep it the same?
First of all, it's written Mpo Machola. You guys missed Sales Machola. Who's responsible for this? Okay. Tell me now. It's you, young lady.
It wasn't me.
Fix it.
It wasn't me. Ladies and gents, let's hear it for the greatest salesman that ever lived. Okay. We had to take care of that first. We just had to. All right, now, for the men and women of the hour, it is time to welcome, of course, our top 10 contestants onto stage. Are you all ready to do this? All right, let's welcome, ladies and gents, please, our top 10 contestants for Season 9. Come on up. Apana. Deirdre Hennebury. Make some, oh, you got the spots, eh? Elizabeth Ngarue. Ferguson Langenhoven. Kagisho Graili. Kyle Topper. Marissa van der Westhuizen. Mutsa Makoni. Refilwe Morapeli. Don't get tired now, don't get tired now. And Wayne Moorcroft. Yeah, let's hear it for our contestants. Come on now, there we go. All right, welcome everybody. You guys look a little bit more nervous than I thought. After weeks of cameras and lights and action, you should be used to it by now, right? This is live. There's only 42 million people watching, so don't worry. We've got about 0.2 seconds to fix anything we've made a mistake of before it goes live to air, and well, just leave it. Everyone's in good hands tonight because we're on the stage with this wonderful production. I want to welcome you guys, and I want to thank you for an incredible season to all of you. Am I right? Yeah. They're getting tired of clapping. There has been a lot. We're going to save it for just now. Thank you. So, ladies and gents of season 9, for the last 6 weeks, you've gone through the ultimate professional battle. And now we all get to unpack it and reflect on your journeys. You've had a chance to look back and to reflect and to think about what you've done and what you haven't done. So we're going to dive into that. But before we do, let's take a look at this season's standout moments.
It all began with over 100 contestants across the country battling it out for the ultimate prize to become the Insurance Apprentice 2023.
Your time starts now.
Working with my group members was a bit challenging.
I think we're all on a different page on that.
They say the loudest in the room is not always the smartest.
Kyle has a very strong personality.
After ruthless eliminations, our judges had the complex quest of selecting our top 10.
You've made it through to the next round.
I am ecstatic. My heart was racing in the moment.
It's incredible, and I'm not going to take it for granted.
Each week, the contestants were faced with grueling tasks that tested their fortitude, knowledge, teamwork, and all-round resilience.
This is definitely going to be the toughest season that we've had.
It's a lot of pressure.
It was very intimidating.
You need to bring your A game from today and every day onwards.
This is the time when people need to step up.
There's no warming up period. This is the moment.
We don't know what's going to happen.
I'm just crossing fingers at this point.
But the teamwork didn't always make the dream work.
Those strategic pillars, although I like them, I think it says almost nothing.
Don't let it overwhelm you.
We have different personalities. It has been quite difficult working with them.
There's a thin line between confidence and arrogance.
Comments are made through feelings.
A lion does not just bounce. At the right time, he comes out.
I don't think we need to go in if they didn't ask. If they come up with it.
So they've overpowered me, and I've let them take the lead.
Everything's in the brief. You just need to read it.
It's each man for himself.
The contestants endured unimaginable time pressure and a pitching process like none other, all to impress the judges, of whom weren't so impressed.
I fell asleep and I missed the whole point.
Some of you are forgetting this is a competition.
I was massively disappointed.
So you guys aren't the experts.
You haven't touched on that at all.
The mark was missed completely.
3 of you really didn't get it.
That was a bit of a letdown.
I feel like you've missed a point there.
It didn't even feature in the conversation.
Why shouldn't we fire you right now?
My own temperature was rising.
We need a plan, guys. That's what we hire you for.
We've heard enough. You're dismissed.
Can everyone just stop?
One last thing on that.
No, sorry, we're done.
I'm done.
But against all odds, some contestants rose to the challenge.
I thought the presentation was excellent.
You should all be very proud of your efforts today.
Some of you were stars.
You've done an unbelievable job.
You've all impressed the judges.
And just when the contestants had found their feet, they were thrown into the deep end.
Stop everything you're doing right now. Okay, we have an emergency on our hands.
Forget everything we just worked on for the last
3 hours.
Who do you feel could have made more of a contribution?
I would have to say Mutsa. That would have to be Elizabeth.
I'm going to be calling you back into the judging area one by one.
We've seen tough decisions.
We've got to let some people go.
And ghastly eliminations.
You're dismissed.
Get off this.
And after much deliberation, one contestant was eliminated week after week until we were down to 3.
You can hold your heads high. You've done an unbelievable job.
1, 2, 3, top 3!
Who will be crowned this year's Insurance Apprentice?
Who indeed? Who indeed? Well, I must imagine that it's amazing looking back at all of that. And one doesn't, as a viewer, you don't always know what goes on behind the scenes. It's a lot more blood, sweat, and tears than anyone knows. Lots of finger pointing as well. Lots of tears, lots of backstabbing, and then, of course, judges who are absolutely frightening. I don't blame any of you for any of that. But Refilwe, let's start with you. So Knox was really going at you. I mean, eventually, literally threw her toys, right?
Basically.
Threw her toys and then stomped out. So what do you think, what was that about? And what went through your mind in that moment?
Honestly,
It's happening again, isn't it?
It is.
Don't throw
I was
anything,
very
please.
surprised because if you watched back in my diary, I was like, we did well today. I'm so proud of our team. But when she walked out, it really just made an impression to me that this is more serious. The judges aren't here to play, so if they choose to walk out, they choose to walk out.
Yeah, and a huge part of their job is to impress upon the contestants that this can be life-changing for whoever wins it. So you've got to be taking it seriously at every moment. And eventually, that's exactly what every single one of you did, right? All right, so let's go to Marissa. There you are. You seem to be... You came out as one of the stronger contenders right from the get-go. However, there were 2 or 3 times where Simon said to you that it seems that you're holding back. Why do you think he said that? Is that the case? Is that what was going on?
I hate to admit it, Simon, but I think you were right.
What?
When I say something, I really want to believe in it, and then I can, bring it across with confidence. But if it's something that I'm really not confident in, which is many of the tasks that we deal with, then I tend to retract a little bit. But I mean, it's a fantastic lesson. I get to watch myself do this, and I get to reroute in real life, which is a fantastic takeaway from this whole experience.
Wow, well, look at you now. I mean, that was beautifully said, right? You're clearly very comfortable now. That's good to know. All right, so Ferguson, I'd like to start with a quote.
Oh,
there we go. A lion does not just pounce. No. At the right time, he comes out. I've been racking my brain. I don't know how. What does it look like when a lion comes out?
Listen, so you know that everyone's got
think carefully now.
Everyone has a gender identity. So I don't know. It's amazing what you come up with when you put on the spot and you have to give an answer.
100%.
I surprised myself as well with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I think what I'm happiest about is that no one knew and even you didn't know what that means.
Basically.
So really, it's up to interpretation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, from now on, if a lion comes out, you know it's a very bad situation.
Watch out.
So it seems that you did have, though, you had a clear strategy coming into this.
Yeah.
Did you hold to that strategy? How did it play out for you?
So when I started the top 10 was announced, I really thought to myself, just be your authentic self, number one, and just give the best to every challenge that you're presented with. I do think that maybe in the heat of the moment, I definitely allowed the nerves to kind of take over at times. But I'm quite proud of what was presented, and I'm happy that the editing did its work. For the most part, yeah.
The editing did its work.
Yes.
Ladies and gents, the lion has come out. There we go. Kagisho, so you entered this competition as a marketing professional, so not a lot of technical knowledge in this industry, but you seem to have done a fantastic job, so well done. How did you experience the journey?
It was quite tough, to be honest with you. As someone who maybe people may perceive as a bit of an underdog, I was keeping that flame going that, you know what, I can do this, I know what I'm good at. And sometimes, to be honest with you, you need to look at everything from a holistic point of view when you approach everything. And I just try to present different ideas, different angles at looking at complex problems which exist. Came up a bit short at the end of the day, but it was a great experience. I've learned a lot. And yeah, I'm quite grateful that I managed to go through it.
Truth is, so did everyone but 3, right? So you did well, top 10. Nothing wrong with that. Well done. Well done. All right, Deirdre. So in the video, we saw that you were the first to speak, and then the judges just came at you. So it's almost a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? How did you feel about that moment? What was going through your mind?
Sure, it was one of those moments that I think will live with me forever. But I think the reality is we do experience these in real life situations, and the tasks itself is what we experience on a daily basis. And I think it's important for you as a contestant to bring your A game at all times. And although it was a daunting experience at the time, the learning that I've taken out is not to hold back and to continue to push myself and continue to put myself out there. So yeah, it's something that I take good out of, although it's something that I keep reliving. But yeah, I think it was an amazing experience overall.
Oh, it's something that's going to be living with all of you for many years to come, the good and the bad. But again, the line has come out, so we don't worry about that. So, sorry, I had to go there again. It's probably going to come back a couple of times. We will, of course, continue to unpack more of the incidents that took place over the season, but we do for now. We've got a very special prize to hand over, and we'd like to move to that right now. So education, of course, plays a very important role in advancing one's career, and that's why Mill Park Education is sponsoring one of our top 10 contestants with the 15,000 Rand bursary. Yeah. And that is, of course, to study any course of their choice. We asked each of the top 10 contestants why they felt they deserved to win this prize, and one person's response really stood out. And so we would love to wish congratulations to Deirdre Hannaberry. Is that happiness I see on your face? That's a beautiful smile.
Complete happiness. Thank you.
I want to know how you're feeling right now.
I'm super excited. I was privileged to have completed a Bachelor of Commerce degree through Mill Park, and this will help me get through to my postgraduate. So thank you so much, Mill Park.
Done. Congratulations to Deirdre, very, very well deserved. Okay, now we're moving on to something else that's unavoidable in a show, any reality show. One of the core characteristics of the Insurance Apprentice is, you know, you need certain values and ways of approaching the show. Well, one of the core characteristics of this show is you need to be a good team player, someone who knows how to collaborate, someone who works well with their fellow colleagues. The frustrating thing, of course, is that the challenge is that in this competition, you only have one winner in the end, right? And throughout the season, though, contestants, they have to work in teams. They have to work together and try to win challenges together. And then, you know, but only one can win in the end, so you're kind of helping one another towards the end, right? And the contestants, of course, have to learn how to strike a balance between working as a team, but also advancing themselves ahead of their fellow the contestants and teammates. Now, some contestants wrestled with this balance, and we observed a little friction between them during the season, maybe more than just a little. Let's take a look, shall we?
My name is Elizabeth Ngarue. I work at Marsh Africa as a senior insurance specialist.
We're going to be bringing somebody back in.
You're making it into the top 10 is really surreal. I think everybody loves an underdog and a comeback story.
Today's task is a real world problem, real world concern. I feel a little bit nervous.
So what do you want to do, Elizabeth? You want to go, which way do you want to go?
So they've basically overpowered me and I've let them take the lead.
Everything's in the brief. You just need to read it.
This is what we were deliberating about before we came into this meeting.
So you guys aren't the experts, because that's literally what we asked you to come up with.
Elizabeth?
Yes. It has been quite difficult working with them. I don't think I need to know that, do I? I think my team members are we have different personalities.
We all need to know what it means. Now I have to explain to you your part. I have to explain to you what you need to do.
Well, from what you've said, yeah.
Okay. So if you're comfortable, then you don't have to.
Blaming your B game on someone else's personality is a little bit cheap.
Wayne, who do you feel could have made more of a contribution?
Elizabeth.
There's an issue that hasn't been dealt with yet in the presentation. So I'm going to be calling you one by one.
Get off this.
Elizabeth, you've been a great competitor. You're dismissed.
It's been a great experience. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I've learned so much.
It would seem that my tendency for leadership and bad decision making has got me in another pickle again.
Sorry, Wayne, just hold on 1 second, please.
It's out of my hands now, and that just scares the shit out of me.
Wayne,
yeah.
You are the next person leaving the Insurance Apprentice.
Look at me now. I was not supposed to be here. Week after week after week, I was in the winning team.
All right, so unfortunately, goodbye to Wayne.
This doesn't define what I think in my heart I am.
Well, Elizabeth and Wayne, what can we say? Well, let's start with yeah, thank you. Let's start with just commenting on how far apart the two of you are sitting right now. Are you keeping a spot for someone over there? Sir? Wayne, you were, obviously, clearly frustrated with Elizabeth. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more right now?
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
They don't want me to elaborate.
Testing. Well, let's go to Elizabeth quickly while they sort your mic out. Elizabeth, why do you think Wayne named you as the person who contributed the least?
That is.
Oh, there we go, a little bit closer. I'll tell you what, why don't you grab that mic and use that if you don't mind? Wow.
Thank you, Wayne. So, yes, so when Wayne put my name up for elimination as the person that contributed the least,
A little bit closer.
I was quite shocked, to be honest, because on that day, the task that we had was something that is very close to my heart. It was an ICB task, and I'm very passionate about insurance and people. So when we were during our preparation, I felt like I did contribute. Maybe it was not up to his standard, but I did contribute something that made me actually make it to this end.
Well, I tell you what, it looks like even Wayne doesn't, contribute up to his own standards because he was very hard on himself. Yeah, Wayne, am I right? Grab the mic there.
It's Elizabeth's own fault. Just before they asked the question of who you needed to put up, there was a suggestion about who the leader was, and they immediately said, it's Wayne. So they put me in that position.
You see, it all comes out now, doesn't it?
No, but it was, like she said it, and we spoke about it, it's nothing personal. It was in the heat of the moment and all of that, and what you don't get to see is that it's a very pressured environment.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ideas floating around, and time runs out very quickly when you've got a few heads getting together. So you need to have everyone grasp the same idea, and obviously when there's friction, there's fire. But she was a good competitor, and she didn't back down, and I think that made us all better at the end of the day.
Agreed, and I think that's what this competition is really about. Is not one of you would be sitting there if you didn't have the stones to make it, right? But when the pressure is on, the fingers start pointing and the heads get chopped off and there are knives in backs. But well done for holding, both of you, for holding both your hands. Are we friends now? Apart from the person sitting between you? All right.
She apologized first, so yeah, we're good.
Any final words, Elizabeth? Are you good?
Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my employer, Marsh, for supporting personal growth and development. It's been quite a journey. Thank you to Rianet for this platform. I've grown so much from the first day I entered the show to where I am right now. I'm really grateful for everything that has happened throughout the journey and the lessons that we've learned, the friendships created, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to what's to come.
Awesome. Well done. I guess it's safe to say I think you speak for everyone here, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that there. Let's move on to something else that's integral to a show like this. Great leadership skills. Great leadership skills are a key factor in the running to become, you know, right? You know. They're a key factor in the running to become the Insurance Apprentice. And more often than not, leadership proved to be no easy feat. Let's take a look.
My name is Christopher Oppener and I work for Bright Insurance. From a career point of view, it would be a huge accomplishment to win this competition. What sets me apart from the other competitors is my keen ability to bring out the best in others. Today's task is really cool. Just coming up with an idea. Come up with a model that bridges the gap between these uninsured disasters. Today we join you concerned about the scourge of cross-carrier insurance fraud.
Your ideas are nice to have, but the implementability of it is a bit science fiction, actually.
Some of our points didn't quite land with the judges. In terms of the Companies Act, you have a composite care of...
I mean, we do know this. We're directors.
There's a lot of pressure, especially given the short amount of time. We have to delve into quite a complex subject.
Deirdre, what do we do now?
We as the...
Sorry. We? Who's this we that you refer to?
It was agreed that we will not be taking it through.
Sorry, wait, why?
Like we mentioned, it was put forward through, or rather we did put that forward.
So you're blaming us?
Christopher, as the leader of the group, eventually you came to Deirdre's aid, but not after she sustained 5 or 6 direct hits from this table here. Deirdre, you're out of the competition. You're dismissed. Christopher, who do you feel could have made more of a contribution?
I would have to say Marissa.
Marissa, your time with us ends here. Thank you. You're dismissed.
For someone in my team to have gone home, yes, I do feel a bit of responsibility for that. Our guiding light was broken. Being so close to the finish line, I'm feeling proud, nervous, slightly emotional.
3 of you really didn't get it.
Chris, I mean, there's a lot of skill in brevity, but this was your presentation.
The judges' reaction to my presentation was a bit mixed. The task was close to me.
Well, I must tell you, it worked brilliantly. You were the clear winner of today's task, so well done to you, and you are safe.
It's been such an enriching experience, such a transformational journey.
Congratulations again to our top 3. You can hold your heads high. You've done an unbelievable job.
1, 2, 3, top 3!
Well, Christopher, you look very nervous. Why? Let's firstly, before we go anywhere, let's congratulate you on making it to the top 3, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
So there are many. Well, when one considers your journey, right, your leadership journey in this competition, it might be fitting to think of you in not just as someone who made it to the top 3, but also as the Terminator.
Wow.
Because
actually,
you chopped off heads as you went along, and usually people in your own team, right?
Yeah.
So there's another show we've got to talk about. I think you'll be really grateful. But we won't go there right now. So in the 2 episodes that you were the leader, your teammates were sent home. What do you feel like now? When you watch it back, was that part of your strategy, ruthless, making it to the top? on the shoulders of giants?
I mean, it was a competition at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No. Look, the first challenge where Simon said those mean and horrible things to me that kept me up till about 2 in the morning.
What? Simon, no, never.
I reflected, I actually had an opportunity to speak to my boss, and Simon was right. So there is a time that as a leader you need to jump in. And I think at that point in time, without giving any excuses for what I did, but I wasn't sure when to jump in, and so I learned a really good lesson. With Marissa, I was done. I was gutted. I could not, I think everybody could see I ran out of that room because I just immediately grabbed it. I'm getting emotional about it now. And it was a lot.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, she's forgiven you. I mean, I can see it all over her face. Marissa, how do you feel about all of this?
This was an incredibly tough moment. And kudos to Chris because, as a leader, and I'll be the first person to say that he is an incredible leader, and anybody who ever reports to him is incredibly lucky. You have to make tough calls, and he had to do that. And I know how tough it is because Chris and I have developed an incredible friendship that will last beyond this competition that I'm grateful for. So kudos to him. I think you did make the right decision, and it is so tough.
Well, okay, you can't get anything better than that. The person who got chopped says it's okay, so you're good. Thank you very much, Marissa. So, well, Chris, you know what? Good luck, and testament to the fact that it's a tough show, and what people don't realize at home, you got split seconds to make those decisions. We can watch it back 100 times, but in that moment, you make a call, and you got to live with it. So, well done, and of course, good luck for a little bit later on in the show. Chris, ladies and gents. Now, our next video that you're about to see is a perfect example of just how fickle this competition, this journey can be. One day you're in the top ranks, and the next you might be hanging on by a thread. Let's take a look.
My name is Mutsa. I work at Chubb Insurance South Africa, and I'm a multinational client executive. I entered the Insurance Apprentice because I honestly wanted to see what the big fuss was about.
This is a loss limit based product that comes in on an annual basis.
You're going to have to get closer to the judges because you've made it through to the next round.
Getting into the top 10 is a big deal for sure.
Each of you stands before us today as the very best.
Third party has requested a very large ransom.
We're finding it a little bit difficult to navigate. Key to highlight right at the beginning is the fact that we do not have a cyber policy in place.
Thanks to your recommendation though, right?
Unfortunately so.
And you're all standing here with jobs today.
Who's the leader?
I'm the leader.
That's very brave considering the leader's normally in the firing line.
At the end of the day, I can only do my best.
On that note, I have to congratulate Team 2 because you are the winners today.
We haven't come up with a set structure at this stage. This project synergy is coming in and giving them access to additional capacity.
Why is this a better solution than what we already have?
At this point, I'm not feeling very confident at all.
The scores generally were quite low.
I think maybe where we fell short was making sure it was clearly explained.
It's only going to get more difficult.
This week, no holds barred. I'm going to say what I need to say when I need to say it.
I don't think you can get to a point where you're feeling 100%.
This AI technology is a solution that will be key in trying to prevent the severity and mitigate against fraudulent claims.
What a star. I was very impressed by that.
I did feel a strong sense that we did perform very well.
And our winning group today is Team Stronghold. This is the penultimate task of the competition.
We just have to put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
We were looking at the main concern that was presented by the client.
Do you think you've really understood the question?
I feel like that was my crash and burn moment. The rate at which the exposure level is rising in Botswana is slightly higher.
But that still doesn't make sense what you're saying.
I definitely feel like I'm at risk to go home today.
So the next person to be leaving the Insurance Apprentice 2023 is Rafilwe.
I was just not expecting it at all.
The sponsor has some unfinished business.
Please, can you give us your thoughts on the insurance implications of increased flood risk?
I froze. I guess it just came so unexpected.
Elizabeth and Mutsa, please step forward. Mutsa, you're safe today, thanks to that last-minute recovery.
Yeah, top 4.
I'm hoping I can bring it and leave it all on the floor. The culture in the business has not been defined.
Are you saying there's no culture?
There is poor culture. There's nothing I can do about it now. I'm just really proud of myself for making it through to the end.
Mutsa, you are safe. You may step back.
To think that you've made it each and every week.
Yes.
And standing here in the final 3.
I'm so honored that I made it this far.
1, 2, 3, top 3!
Wow, Mutsa. And here you are now, a rose amongst the thorns.
Yes, indeed.
I must say, one of my favorite moments is in that video is where they ask, who's the leader? And you go, I'm the leader. Warrior princess, I will take you down. So it was a beautiful moment. Congratulations on making it to the top 3.
Thank you so much. It's been a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. It's amazing when you watch people when they start and when you get to the end of the show, you can see the growth, you can see the confidence, you can just see that it's been such a rich experience for all of you. So well done. In that marsh task, you were in the bottom 2, and then you happened to stay in the competition literally by the skin of your teeth.
Literally.
And here you are, top 3. What was your strategy? Starting out, going through it, did it stay the same? Did it change?
I think at some point I told myself I need to make a conscious decision to actually enjoy the process, because it can get so grueling with the feedback from the judges and you're just missing the brief all the time and you're like, what am I not getting right? But specifically on that day, because I used to work for Marsh and I really wanted to do well on that day, but things just did not come together as planned.
And then what happens in that moment? You have to just, on the moment, you've got to change tack.
You wing it. You have to quickly come up with something.
Isn't that when our most brilliant work takes place?
In most cases.
Sometimes.
Not on that day.
Sometimes. All right. So thank you very much, Mutsa. All the best for later.
Thank you so
good
much.
luck.
Thank you.
Strength of character. We're moving on to strength of character is another key trait. And the winner of the Insurance Apprentice should possess strength of character. However, strength can very easily be mistaken for arrogance and taking control. Let's take a look.
My name is Kyle Klopper. I work at Lombard Broker Partners. I believe I have what it takes due to the experience that I built up over my career in the insurance industry. Presentation prep's been hectic. It's a team dynamic. And not only that, we would have role players that would benefit from it.
It's our first time working together, and so we are navigating personalities, ways in which to speak to each other.
I believe that the team dynamic is everything because it's going to come across when you are presenting.
How could we still be on the hook if we had cyber insurance?
Well, if you allow me, if you had cyber insurance...
Sorry, let's give Rafilwe a chance to speak.
Kyle has a very strong personality.
He had moments where he did come across as overpowering.
It means every director could be held liable in their personal capacity for the loss.
Comments are made through feelings. The only person that can sue the directors and their personal liability is the company.
I disagree, the shareholders that can sue.
My experience has been to let the person air what they believe the law to be and then correct them after that.
Cannot give them a high-level response.
So again, the points to consider going forward.
Can we actually just get to what we're supposed to do?
Okay, so the personal liability, that's already...
I think, let me address that, board member.
The presentation was tough. I think we presented well, but we missed the brief a little bit.
Carl and Christopher, I don't know what was going on between the two of you, but it felt like there were two leaders in the group.
I feel Kyle has good leadership qualities. Responsibility from like a BE point of view.
It's the corporate social responsibility for me.
So I led today, which obviously adds an extra dimension of pressure. Because if you do lose, generally the leader goes home. We have Botswana at 1 and South Africa at 5.
But within the brief, there was also information around construction elements that they could have undertaken. You haven't touched on that at all.
I've missed the brief a few times this competition already.
Kyle, you gave us this presentation, which is of biblical proportions.
I'm not sure if I've done enough to stay in the competition.
What I can compliment you on is your quick thinking ability.
I've said it all the time, you don't lose in a competition like this. You only win and you learn.
Congratulations again to our top 3.
It's incredible achievement. Well done, guys.
Top 3!
To represent the Insurance Apprentice is by far the greatest honor that would have been bestowed upon me in my career.
Well, Carl, regardless of what anyone might think, you are sitting here in top 3, so well done.
Thank you, Nico.
When you look back, can you understand why some might find you controlling? Do you see that as well, or are you like, no, that just didn't get me?
No, 100%. It was actually quite tough to watch back. Obviously, there is a lot of editing that goes into it, so some things might be taken out of context.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Ooh, you see, he's always got to come back, right? You're trying to control us right now, aren't you?
But no, again, like I said, we just learned so much. You're literally watching yourself in action. It's an out-of-body experience in a way. You're watching things you like, you're watching things you don't like, and it's kind of like a SWOT analysis in real life. So it's something that I look back on, and I think there are things that I need to work on for sure.
I think that's the case for everyone, is you get to see yourself, and then you get, and you're the one who determines what is good and what is bad. You take that with you. Leave the bad behind. Take the good along with you. The judges, Chris, the judges did seem to agree that in that case that Kyle seemed to be trying to take control. Did you feel like he was undermining you a little? No. He says no.
It was a teachable moment.
Where's that microphone? It was a teachable moment.
For me.
I'll interpret.
It was a moment for me to sort of teach him about something that he absolutely did not know what he was talking about.
Okay. It was a moment for him to... Yeah, let's say it again. Go for it.
So it was a teachable moment for him, and a moment for me to sort of...
It was a moment for you to shine. That's what you're trying to say.
It was.
All right, let's leave it there.
I have to say, though, I'm not the only Terminator here.
No, there were a couple of Terminator 2. All right. Okay, ladies and gents, after watching all of that, you might wonder why on earth one would undergo such a grueling journey. Why did the top 10 risk it all to pursue the coveted Insurance Apprentice title? Well, for the last time, let's take a look at what this year's winner walks away with.
This year's winner walks away with an all-expenses-paid trip to London to attend the Worldwide Broker Forum, sponsored by Lloyd's of London. 20,000 Rand in cash prizes from Tracker, Global Choices, and New National Assurance Company. The winner will also receive a travel voucher valued at 10,000 Rand from Bright Insurance, a tech prize from Genesis, a professional corporate photo shoot from AIG, as well as a suitcase from Emerald Risk Transfer. The Insurance Institute of South Africa is sponsoring the winner to attend the 2023 African Insurance Exchange in Sun City, and Sedgwick will be taking care of the winner's accommodation. This year's Insurance Apprentice will receive a 15,000 Rand educational voucher from Milpark, together with access to an insightful leadership development masterclass, thanks to Patent Personnel, while MUA Insurance Acceptances and I2 Special Risks will also be gifting the winner with special prizes.
All right, not bad, yeah? Not bad earnings for a few weeks' work, right? And I would imagine well worth the torture. And speaking of torture, there's no way we can wrap up the season without acknowledging our judges, Simon and Knox. They had the... Yeah, we like them. They had the incredibly difficult task of carefully assessing the contestants throughout the season and finally selecting our top 3. Now, in the show itself, of course, the judges present challenging tasks and they throw all kinds of curveballs and their toys at the contestants and test their ability to thrive under pressure. And at times they may come across as harsh, behind the scenes, maybe even sometimes a little evil, right? Just a little. But behind the scenes, it seems to be a whole different season. Let's take a look.
We'll see you all next week.
Get out. Hi. Fired.
Did I say hi first? Forgot my name.
I actually hate this show. I don't even know why I'm here.
And action.
Because this one is weird. It's like one giant.
As mentioned, today's task. Look at that. I think there's an Amazonian tribe somewhere crying over this.
Yeah, let's start over, actually.
You guys are killing me.
I'm not really prepared for you to throw papers at me again.
What am I going to ask?
I'm just going to throw some
Usually I can't shut up, and today I just don't know what to say.
Would you guys move in a little bit closer?
Of course.
Whoa.
Intimate.
Yeah. These apprentices.
Are you planning on being lenient distance this year?
I think you know better than to ask me that question.
If I wander around like, hate all of them, Knox, everyone.
Does Cruella know how to spell lenient?
Rah, 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 rah.
Not coming back.
Is there a nude scene? Shower scene? Do you watch a lot of adult films? I didn't realize you were shooting from the waist down.
Cruella is not planning to be lenient. Should I say that with a straight face?
My ND is flapping. Any last words before they move on?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, well done, guys.
It sounds a little bit like they're going to die or something. I've got nothing better to do with my life. My miserable existence requires me to be here.
Thanks to your...
Oh my God, it's so hot. I just incinerated. Stop doing that, Fazana. Sorry.
No, I feel like doing karaoke. I'll count in Japanese.
I look like Woofles from Pumpkin Patch. Pumpkins are tasty
okay.
and very good to eat. So clever.
Someone has to be the brains.
Ladies and gents, please welcome your judges, Simon Coleman and Lox Dlamini. Simon, what is that? What is that? What is that?
I couldn't pick up that photo off the table. I tried 6 times.
Because they kind of stick down. It's that whole surface tension thing, right?
No, I had sweaty hands.
Okay, yeah.
It's a nerve-wracking process, this.
All right, yes. I didn't think you... I knew you'd go there. What am I saying? So listen, you've come to be known as the daunting judge of this show. But it seems like someone else has come in and swept that title away from you.
I think so. It's actually been a relief, Nico, to have Cruella doing that instead of me, because I'm actually a really nice guy. And I have to act like an asshole. Some people, it just comes naturally.
Yeah, like F those effing apprentices, hey, Simon.
Yeah, Knox, so what is he saying? I mean...
I have no idea.
Cruella
We all just saw the tape roll back. Everyone knows who you really are.
Cruella Dlamini, right?
Yes. Ooh, that's going to stick. That's going to stick. So, Knox. Listen, it's a challenge working with this man, I'm sure. But did you enjoy it as well? What was it like?
Simon, it's been the greatest pleasure. I mean, imagine going from that, you know, all those laughs, belly laughs, and then having to put on the serious face of Cruella. So I think everyone appreciates just how difficult my job was now.
It's a tough job.
But I'm not coming back next year.
Yeah, oh, really?
But
That's
it's such fun smashing people's dreams. I mean, you have to acknowledge that, right?
You know, he had to keep reminding me that there are no labor laws on set, and it was really worrying because we did have 2 lawyers.
People without consequences.
We did have 2 lawyers this year, so it was quite nerve-wracking.
I'm just going to sit down over here. You guys keep going. No. You see, here's the thing. You just leave them and put the cameras on and then just let it happen. And then we take snap. Am I right? I'm right. Right? Yeah, there we go. Ladies and gents, please make some noise for these two.
Thank you.
So, Simon, the qualities you're looking for in this season's winner, what would they be?
Grit, determination, integrity, and good leadership. And I think that's something that we all want as South Africans, not just on the show, but in our society. And yeah, that's what I look for, and I think that we have that this year. In fact, all 10 of the contestants demonstrated that.
Incredible. And Knox, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, like Simon said it perfectly well, and we conferred quite a lot. And, you know, one thing that we really agreed on is this really was the best season with the best 10. So I'd really like to salute the contestants for this year's performances.
Very well said. Yeah. Well, listen, it's incredibly entertaining to see you two up there. This on-screen characters and the off-screen characters. You guys are amazing. Thank you for entertaining us, and thank you for being here. A round of applause for them as they
Thank you.
go back down to the seats. Thank you guys for joining us. All right, so at the start of this competition, Simon started a poll where viewers could vote. They could vote for their favorite contestant, even if that person got voted out. They could still vote for that person earlier in the competition. And throughout the season, we had over 50,000 votes. And today, we have a clear winner. And that winner won with the amount of over, it's coming now, any second, 35,644 votes, Deirdre Henneberry. Congratulations, Deirdre. You won 4,000 Rand. Now, everyone, and here's the catch. Here's the catch. Everyone who voted for Deirdre, the audience's favorite, was entered into a lucky draw. Okay? And that lucky winner which randomly selected winner also wins a 4,000 Rand cash prize. Ladies and gents, congratulations goes to Khomotso Mabalane. Khomotso, well done. Congratulations. Thank you for voting. And don't worry, we will get that prize to you ASAP. And there you go. You see, it pays to vote. It pays to vote. So well done. All right. Ladies and gents, in a moment, we will be announcing this year's winner of the Insurance Apprentice. But before we do, here's a quick message from tonight's sponsor.
As I turn up the color on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
A broken bottle top, a summer's disregarding our kung fu nawazi. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah, I'm asking him to change his ways. Oh, that no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. So again,
a little good makes big change. So we created Hollard Changemaker. Volunteer to do good and you could earn back some of your premium.
What a heartwarming video right there. And that brings us to the big moment. The moment is only a moment away. And to help me with the handover of the trophy for this year's Insurance Apprentice, we just felt it's just fitting that that honor goes to last year's winner. Please welcome Christelle Widendal. Hello, Christelle.
Hi.
You're looking very relaxed.
Very much more than them, definitely.
Yeah. Because you know what it feels like to sit up here and then be under the spotlight, and you've been there.
for sure. I'm glad I'm not them tonight, honestly.
Well, listen, you know what this feels like, but I'm sure you've also watched the show. What were your thoughts? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, definitely. I felt that the challenges were extremely relevant to problems faced in our industry daily. Something that really stood out for me was the increase in participation. This shows to me that more and more young professionals are understanding that the Insurance Apprentice can help you create and secure a better future.
Yeah. Indeed it can. Like we said, life-changing, a life-changing experience. Are you surprised at the top 3?
What question is that? No, all of them were superstars. Congratulations to the top 3. You really do deserve it. Congratulations and good luck.
All right. Well, there you have it. We are very close to announcing the winner this year. Congratulations to our top 10 for making it this far. But it is time to get to our winner announcement. And I think it's time that we get our top 3 up here in front of us. So ladies and gents, please put your hands together for our top 3 finalists for the Insurance Apprentice 2023. Christopher, Mutsa, and Kyle. Okay, so before we go to the announcement, any final words to our contestants?
I thought you were going to show me who the winner is.
I will just now.
My final words to you guys are be proud of what you achieved. You really put yourself out there and it paid off. Remember, nothing big ever happens in your comfort zone and you guys proved it. Be proud, congratulations and good luck.
There we go. Christelle, thank you very much. Ladies and gents, Christelle Oudendal. Make some noise, there we go. Okay, without further ado, Chris, Mutsa, Kyle, it's been a grueling journey and you've worked extremely hard to make it to where you're standing right now. Well done. You can be proud of yourselves. That alone is of course, a huge accomplishment and something to be proud of. You each possess what you need to be the winner of the show, but of course there can be only one winner. There can be only one, and the question is, are you ready to find out who that is? Yes. Are you all ready to find out who that is? Well then, ladies and gents, here and at home, let's do this. In third place for season 9, ladies and gents, make some noise for Kyle Klopper. Congratulations, Kyle, well done. That means we are now down to 2. And the winner for season 9 of the Insurance Apprentice is Christopher Appenauer. Let me have a moment with our winner. You guys can congratulate him later. Come and stand here. Stand here with me. How are you feeling right now apart from tears? How are you feeling right now? Give me an idea.
So I said to Chris Simon, I'm the crybaby of the season.
Nothing wrong with that?
I'm so happy, so proud. These guys are just amazing. The viewers were amazing. Rianette, thank you. Your dream catalyzed dreams in other people. Thank you for this. Thank you.
All right, well, ladies and gents, there we go. The Insurance Apprentice Season 9 winner. Well done, Chris.
Thank you.
We've come to the end of the Insurance Apprentice Season 9. What a journey it has been. Once again, thank you to all the contestants. You can have a seat. Thank you, sir, that were part of the season. Our wonderful host, Noni Mhlungu, our judges, as well as our guest judges for their contribution in finding this year's awesome winner. A very special thank you to all our sponsors. Without you, this is impossible. And we want to also make a special mention of Flash Forward Productions for putting together this amazing shindig. And lastly, a very big thank you to all our guests here with us, the ones in the venue with us, the ones watching from home in your pajamas, we hope. And we trust and hope that you've thoroughly enjoyed the season as much as they've enjoyed making it, and we've enjoyed hosting this finale. And we all know, as you know, that life works in cycles. As one thing ends, the next thing begins. So, if you can imagine yourself standing on this stage, being a winner tonight, like Chris, well, then you need to head over to the insuranceapprentice.co.za and enter for our next one. Until then, good night, everybody, and God bless. Chris, come up here. Everybody, come on up, come on up. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gents. There we have it. Now you can hug each other. Come on in for the hugs and greetings. Well done to all of you, by the way. I so enjoyed this segment. Thank you. Well,